Good morning. Welcome to Market Monday for August 19th, 2024. Last week, July inflation figures came in at 2.89% year over year, the lowest reading since March of 2021. Core inflation, here in dark blue, if you take out food and energy costs, was 3.21%, the lowest reading since April of 21. Diving into what drove those numbers, we see the largest contributor was auto insurance. Yikes. 18.6% year-over-year change. Here's what auto insurance rates look like over the past 2.5 years. That's a whopping 50% increase in rates. More expensive cars, more expensive repairs. Let's not forget the profit motive of insurance companies, and there you have it. Here's the major component of housing and rent, called owner's equivalent rent. This is about a quarter of overall CPI right here alone. If you recall, this was hanging out at 8% for a while, so it's nice to see this one come down. Here's another look at shelter inflation. Here's that 5.1% here. As we've talked about over the years, shelter is particularly slow moving, as we can see compared to a more real-time measure of shelter inflation in the apartment list index. First going super high, then coming back down rather quickly, even going negative for a bit. Whereas official shelter CPI inflation didn't peak until a year and a half after the apartment list index. Shelter inflation has actually been above 5% for 28 months now, the longest period since the early 80s. Wrapping up inflation, it looks like airfare is down and used cars are down substantially from a year ago. Hopefully this pulls down prices for new cars and auto repairs as well, which would hopefully put a stop to the high and persistent auto insurance inflation. All right, couple PSAs. Friendly reminder that just because somebody says something on TV doesn't mean they know what they're talking about. Here are some headlines from 2 years ago when inflation was peaking. That's inflation. How about recession? I guess that's the best way to always be right. Always have a 30 or 40% chance of recession. And how about rate cuts? Anybody? Wharton professor, my goodness, must be smart. He must know something. Monday, August 5th, the Fed needs an emergency rate cut. Oops, only to be completely reversed just a few days later. Folks, you can't make this stuff up. And today we'll leave you with, got data? The US does. Data centers, that is. It appears the US has more data centers than the rest of the world combined. What do data centers need? Energy. Here are the annual energy consumption of some countries compared to some US companies. Have a great week.